It is important to remember that we have survived the countless cataclysmic events that have taken place over billions of years and will continue to be so until such a time as they can truly destroy this planet. But one day, there will be an event so catastrophic that it will destroy this floating rock and end the experiment known as humanity. The world has witnessed a myriad of events over time, and we've narrowed our list to the top 5. These are all questions that we ask ourselves and others at times, and collectively try to find an answer. The only way we can get a clear answer is if the universe was observed at its origin to see what it would look like. There is no way of knowing how it began, so we don't know if the Big Bang will lead us to our doom or not. You better get to the bunker because we're talking about the top 5 craziest events that could end the world. Whether it was the breakup of Pangea or the meteor that took out the dinosaurs, Earth has been through more than one apocalyptic event. These events changed the geography of our planet, ushering in new ages for the life forms that followed. Oftentimes, this is done at the expense of creatures who already lived here, which can often be detrimental to their long-term survival. It is estimated that Earth's resources will be completely depleted by 2050. If this happens, the Earth could die as a result. The specific reason for this prediction varies, but there are multiple causes as to why this could happen. There are a few factors that could contribute to the depletion of Earth's resources and cause it to die. However, there are many factors that have contributed to Earth's survival to date and could continue. Stars are one of the most incredible things about the night sky. Stargazing can sometimes bring a sense of wonder that calms your mind and makes you forget about all the troubles in your day-to-day life. But unfortunately, that shooting star you spotted wasn't there to grant your wish, and there's no telling if it will return. The best thing to do right now is duck. Let yourself experience this amazing moment and stop worrying so. 5. An asteroid causes a hypercane. Hurricanes remain one of the most deadly natural events on our planet, and they leave a path of death and destruction wherever they go. But if an asteroid hits an ocean with enough force and heat, hurricanes would be nothing more than tepid gusts compared to what would come next. A large enough asteroid would cause the oceans to superheat to over 49 degrees Celsius, or 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And this could set off a massive storm known as a hypercane. Winds would move at speeds up to the speed of sound, and clouds would reach heights up to 40 kilometers or 25 miles. The winds could potentially carry you into space if they were strong enough. Even if the winds didn't carry you there, though, the storms would likely destroy the ozone layer, exposing Earth to radiation through its atmosphere. 4. Jupiter becomes a star. Jupiter is a gas giant, the largest of all the planets in our solar system. While Jupiter has a mass that is twice that of all the other planets combined, its atmosphere is also composed of gases that make up the Sun. But if Jupiter became 1,000 times more massive, that distant yellow dot would wreak havoc on our planet. This is only one example of the threats we could potentially face from a giant, nuclear-powered star near us. If Jupiter had that much mass in the way it is now, then in theory it would turn into a star, and we would all be dead. However, this new star would be right in the middle of the solar system, and planetary bodies would change their orbits. Earth's orbit could get drawn closer towards Jupiter and would be subjected to its immense heat, which could result in scorching the planet. And even more worryingly, the gravitational forces on Earth could send us into space outside the solar system, forever wandering the universe in search of a new home. Without the heat of the sun, the Earth would become cold, and everyone would die. 3. The sun swallows the Earth. Maybe we should focus more on the sun that is giving us energy and heat, rather than on the star that hasn't yet formed. After all, this ball of gas is what allows life on Earth to be possible. However, it currently burns through 600 million tons of hydrogen every second, and it will only be a matter of time before this becomes a problem. And when that process occurs, the sun will be gradually getting smaller and hotter. The increased pressure and temperature would cause the sun to spit out massive amounts of energy. The sun is an immense ball of energy, so its outer layers would expand outward, creating a deadly heat wave on Earth. The oceans would evaporate into thin air, and the radiation would scorch the plant's surface. But thankfully, there's a solution. The sun will eventually swallow up the rest of our dying planet. But if we create a massive gravitational well that will pull in all the sun's energy, it could destroy the solar system. This is just one of the many problems that would be solved if humanity were to take control of its destiny. 2. Earth gets sucked into a black hole. In the event that the sun gains an even larger amount of mass before it collapses, it could cause the birth of a mysterious force in space, a black hole. This would be an exciting discovery that scientists have been anticipating for a long time, because a black hole would signify the birth of one of the most fascinating forces in nature, and there have been many theories behind what causes them to form. The gravitational pull of the void that is created by a dying star is often thought to be quite powerful and can cause other stars or planets to be ripped apart. Right now, the sun is too small to cause one of these catastrophes. But if an even black hole appeared in front of Earth, it would create an uneven gravitational pull which would start deforming the planet. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions could break out all over the planet. And as you come closer to the black hole's event horizon, this monster might stretch out this world like a rubber band. A black hole sucks in matter by compressing it horizontally, making it look like a noodle. Your body would be stretched, and the intense gravity, combined with stellar density, causes your atoms to implode and send ripples of intense energy through space like a siren song. The concept of spaghettification is the idea of a hungry black hole taking up all of space and time, consuming everything in its path. In this hypothetical universe, every bit of matter would be stretched into a long, thin strand that would then be fed into the hungry void. 1. Every volcano explodes at once. Come on, Earth is just fine. This is just a hypothetical situation. And while the damage to Earth would be horrific, the Earth doesn't need gravitational forces in space to create an apocalypse. The real threat lies beneath your feet, which you most likely just stepped over a landmine that is ready to blow up at any moment. At this time, 10 to 20 active volcanoes are erupting across the entire planet and spewing ash and gas into the atmosphere at a rapid rate. If every volcano on Earth were to explode at once, you would likely die quickly due to the extreme temperatures and suffocating fumes. The rocks will reach 1,000 degrees Celsius or 1,830 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hotter than what humans can survive. With such a massive amount of molten rock slamming onto the surface, the planet could lose its balance and the poles could realign. This would cause further devastation for those living on Earth. If the Earth were covered in a thick layer of ash and gas, all of the sunlight would be blocked. The lava would cool, and the planet would enter into another ice age. While this event wouldn't necessarily end our entire planet, it would definitely destroy any chance of sustaining life until those clouds clear up. Life on Earth has ended several times before, and it's safe to say that we will one day experience a scenario like this again. If you think you've prepared for this event, let us know in the comments. Of course, we based these doomsday predictions around science and observable facts, but some things are beyond our understanding. What if the real threat to our existence wasn't miles underground? What if it was less than 2 meters below?